Thank you. Good morning. Can everybody hear me? Yeah? All right. So I was just standing in the back, and I and he's back there laughing because he knows what I'm going to say. The first time I spoke at Good Morning Austintown, I'm standing here in front of a group of people. I speak. I go back to my table. It's the first time I really speak publicly in this particular setting, and my phone beeps, and I look at my phone, and the gentleman standing back in the back, Steve Christener, now he's sitting. The text says, "Your zipper's down." And of course, I'm sitting there at the table trying to figure out, is my zipper really down? And it wasn't down. So that's what you call a good friend back there. Anyways, each and every year, we're pleased to do this each and every year. When our leadership team sits down at the end of one year and says, okay, what are we going to sponsor in the year ahead? This one is no question. There's multiple reasons for it. The venue's amazing. I mean, we're standing here watching horses run on a Friday morning. That's one. The food, the service is amazing. The attendees, it's one of the largest that there are. The information you receive, because Austintown is such an important part of the community, the Mahoning Valley as a whole. But from us, we are very invested in Austintown. We have 2 branch locations. We have one on Route 46 next to Sheets, if you've never seen it, right just south of Sheets, right next to it. We have our banking center manager here today from that location, Jen Wise, who's sitting with us. And then we have a Cornersburg location. That's on Meridian Road, across from Dairy Queen and IGA, where Cornersburg is. It's a beautiful little colonial building. Been there for years. We've served in this community for over 60 years. And that banking center manager is Lisa Vallison. She's here today. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that they would love to have you come visit them, their team, and the service that they provide. So, you know, I love New Year's this time of year. You get to take a look at what happened in 19 and look ahead to 2020. If you're the banking industry, it means you're budgeting and you're trying to do all that work, and if you're a business owner as well. And I could talk numbers and all the success that we might have had in 2019, but I want to talk about our most important asset, and that is the team of people that we have that work at Chemical Bank. We have about 200 employees that work in Mahoning and Trumbull County. We have 14 branch locations that service the Mahoning Valley in whole. We are an anomaly to the rest of our organization. They look at us and say, how do you do what you do in the Mahoning Valley? And that's because when I take a look at our people, there is an extreme longevity of employees that they've worked for us for years. An example of that would be our leadership team. We have 9 people on our leadership team here in the Mahoning Valley. We have Bob Kemp, who's the head of commercial. We have Ken Condis, Kim Foster. There's multiple people. But when I look around that table, there are people around that table that have worked for this same organization for 40 years, 20 years, 20 years, 15 years. And they've worked together and have such a relationship and know how each other works and what we're trying to accomplish that they're able to service all of our clients, customers, and the community as a whole. And when you have that type of teamwork and vested interest in a vision, it's amazing what you can accomplish. So I want to tell you about 2019 from the community perspective and what that team does. In 2019, we have those 200 employees. We have 140 of them that logged volunteer hours in the communities in the Mahoning Valley. Now, you and I'm human. Okay, I did not log all my hours, and Kai Pagis, our market manager for CRA, will probably say, Mike, you need to log all your hours. So we know there's people who didn't log hours. So 140 did for over 2,200 hours that they gave to the communities that they serve in the Mahoning Valley. To me, that's absolutely amazing, because when you take a look at that, they volunteered for over 100 organizations. And if you do the math, those hours to 100 organizations served thousands, tens of thousands of people in the community. And it's to the heart of the vision and the mission that we have at Chemical Bank, which is, quote, to enhance the lives of all those in the communities that we serve. And my hat goes to them. They're an inspiration to me and all they do. Those volunteer activities could be financial literacy for high schools. I was in Austintown local schools last year along with a team of people that worked with high schoolers. It's amazing how our kids don't understand basic fundamentals when it comes to finances. Very important work to help this community as those individuals rise up and become young adults and then adults in our community. So the hours that they put are amazing. The second thing that I'm proud of in 2019 was that we were able and privileged to be able to direct about $258,000 to Community Reinvestment Act activities here in the Mahoning Valley, in Mahoning and Trumbull County. So we have the discretion to direct those funds, and we are proud to do it. We go through a process to assess where is the greatest need in the community and to be able to do that. So, organizations such as the United Way, Mahoning Valley Development Center, there's multiple that we give to, and so proud to partner with them, and we'll continue to do that in 2020. Looking ahead into 2020, I know that all of what I just said will continue because of the amazing team that we have. That's number one. But number two, there's a couple things that I am excited about on an actual business and product standpoint. There will be 3 enhancements I want to highlight. Number one, who would have ever thought that 30 years ago I could pick up this device and be able to transfer money, deposit a check, or do any of that? The customers' needs and wants are changing all the time, so we're going to be enhancing our online banking and mobile banking applications to better serve even more than what we do today, because that need is constantly changing and there's so much great technology out there. I'm looking forward to that. The second one that I'm looking forward to are some smart ATMs in particular locations we have. And then the last one, which I'm probably most excited about, is a particular focus on small business and business banking. Small business and business banking is at the heart of our country. And for us to be able to say they're different than commercial, they're different than consumer, we need a specific group that's focused on that with specialized products and services. It's an exciting time that we're going to be able to focus on that particular aspect of the market in the Mahoning Valley. And we have 2 of our business bankers here today. We have Dan Segul and we have Brian Ignazio. Raise your hands, because if you have any questions for them on those, they'll be here after. With that, we are proud to be part of this community, proud to be here for as long as we have, proud to serve and to sponsor this today, and I just hope you enjoy your evening. Thank you. Or morning.
Thank you again, Michael, and to the Chemical Bank team for your continued support of this program and what you do for the Valley. Please welcome next from Woodlands at Austin Woods, Frank Angelo'S-Cfo.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Frank Angelo'S-Cfo of Woodlands Family Care Centers, and I'm a little new to this public speaking, so I need to go off a little bit of notes. I'm just going to give you a little bit of background on our company. We're a family-owned business since 1996, started in Austintown on Kirk Road, and we've expanded throughout the area into Poland throughout the years. We pride ourselves in providing all-inclusive services such as long-term care, skilled nursing, short-term rehab care, home care, assisted living, and ventilator care. Austin Woods and Kirk Road just underwent a $5 million expansion, including a brand new expansion of a 24-bed state-of-the-art rehab facility with private suites, and also a renovation to 24 units of assisted living private units that include private pay and also Medicaid waiver. Our passion in senior care shows in our five-star ratings through the CMS websites. As far as our economic impact to the community, we employ at Austin Woods 250 people with well-paying jobs and good benefits. We support the Austintown Township and local school district through property taxes. We are active in our supporting the Senior Community Center through our physical therapy, educational sessions, and as well as other activities that we perform. We are proud to be involved in Austintown community for the past 25 years and look forward to our future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Frank, and to Woodlands for your partnership over the years and joining us today in supporting the Austintown community. We'd also like to give a special thanks and shout out to L. Calvin Jones for sponsoring the replacement of our event equipment, much of which we are using today and will continue to use at a majority of our 100+ events and programs this year. With so much use and the constant evolution of technology, we were long overdue and can't thank enough Jim Klingensmith and the entire team at L. Calvin Jones for their support. Just a few chamber-related notes before we move on. You can find the information about all of these online at regionalchamber.com. We are currently accepting Athena Award nominations for our 28th dinner event on May 14th, so I would strongly encourage you to think about all the professional women you work with, whether coworkers, colleagues, customers, who should be recognized for their business accomplishments. Valley native Dr. Amy Acton, who is the Director of Health for the Ohio Department of Health, will keynote this year's event. Our annual meeting will be held on March 19th and feature Mahida Murad, Vice President of Government Relations at Telerin Inc., a liquefied natural gas company, as our keynote speaker. And finally, there's still time to register for our Columbus Drive-In, which will be held on February 12th. It'll include a full slate of activities, including keynotes from top officials in state government, valuable networking opportunities, and visits to policymakers' offices. This is all designed for Valley leaders to advance important issues that impact economic development and quality of life in the Mahoning Valley. With all that said, and without further ado, we'll move right into our updates this morning and ask Austintown Township Trustee Jim Davis to share what's going on in the community. Please welcome Jim.
Thank you. Where's Michael at? Michael, where'd you go? Right there. Michael, these guys that are speaking today won't admit it, but when you said that, we all looked down and checked our zipper. I guarantee it. So thank you. Thank you to Chemical Bank and thank you to Austin Woods for sponsoring today's event. We really appreciate you doing that and having everybody here at the beautiful Hollywood Gaming. We so appreciate Hollywood Gaming here in Austintown Township and all the great things they do for our community. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the Youngstown Warren Regional Chamber. We have had such a great relationship with them. I've had the opportunity to speak at numerous events, and people ask all the time if Austintown has a Chamber of Commerce, and how do we drive business to Austintown? How do we get new business in Austintown? And I am so proud to say that no, we don't have a Chamber of Commerce in Austintown, but we have such a great working relationship with the Youngstown Warren Regional Chamber, and because of that, we don't have that necessarily have that need, because we do have great relationships with the people down here at our table, and we thank you guys so much for what you do and helping bring those people to us and putting those people in front of us so that we could help Austintown continue to grow greater. So thank you very much. So, what's going on in Austintown? We've got so many exciting things happening in our community, and it's to the thanks of this table here in front of me. So quickly, I want to introduce my department heads, if I may, as well as my staff and colleagues. First, Trustee Ken Carano. Laura Wolf, she is our favorite fiscal officer, as I call her. Our Township Administrator and Road Superintendent, Mike Dockery. Darren Crivelli, our Zoning Inspector. Jim Henshaw, our Senior Center Director. Todd Schaefer, our Park Supervisor. And Bob Gavalier, our Police Chief. Our Fire Chief, Andy Frost, couldn't be with us today. And Steve Kent, our newest trustee, is actually working in Poland Township today. He is their school resource officer and couldn't be here. And he sends a warm welcome to all of you for attending and sends his regards for not being able to be here. So what is new in Austintown? Everybody asks all the time. So real quickly, I want to dispel some rumors. Myers is still coming. Okay, that is the big question we all get asked. Ken and I can't tell you how many times we've been asked that question. They have slated 2021 as the opening of the Myers. You're going to see that. We've known that since day one. And one of the things I want to tell you, the great thing about this property that most people don't know is that this property that they are going to build is going to be a 185,000 square foot facility. It is their new prototype. And that is why it has taken so long for this facility to come to fruition. They like to have 5 in a region, and they are building those, and they're going to build them all in the 2020-21 time frame. And Austintown is getting the cream of the crop, and that's going to be right here in our community. So thank you to Myers, and you can tell everybody you know on social media Myers is still coming. So we're excited about that. My diet cannot handle it if Chick-fil-A comes. But we are very excited to hear that that is a possibility, and we will continue to work to make sure that that is, becomes a realistic venture here in the Austintown community. Over the course of the past 10 years, Austintown has taken an approach that we want to clean up late in our community, and we want to make this a place where businesses develop. We've done that with over 90 residential demolitions, and the most recent that you saw was the demolition of the Big Lots Plaza in the Wedgwood area. We've done everything we can to continue to promote that, and we are excited to announce that Austintown was the 2 largest real estate transactions in 2019. There were 2 properties on Victoria Road that sold, and those 2 properties were the largest real estate transactions in Mahoning County in this area, so we're excited to be a part of that. Austin Woods, as Frank stole some of my thunder, they have completed their $5 million expansion, and that facility looks absolutely amazing. I actually had to take my uncle there the other day. He is out of the hospital in rehab and is at your facility, and I got a chance to walk through there, and wow, that place is just out of this world. Akron Children's Hospital is putting on a major renovation, if you've noticed that, at the corner of 46 and Norquest. We are very excited to have that happen, and hopefully that may spur some growth down the 46 corridor, because that is one of the things that everybody thought this Racino would bring, is that development in that area. So we're very excited and hoping that that helps spur some of the growth down there. I'm not going to take up too much more time because we've got some great updates coming from 2 of my department heads, and I want to allow them that opportunity. But once again, thank you guys for being a part of our Austintown community. Without you, this doesn't happen. We need you to be a part of our community. We want you to be successful. We want to do everything we can to help. We're always a phone call away. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate the relationship we have with our local school district and what they've done to make Austintown a great community. So once again, anything that we can do, whether it's one of our department heads, one of the trustees, please reach out and contact us. We're always here for you. And once again, thank you for being a part of the Austintown community.
Thank you, Jim. As we always want to know what's going on in our schools, we're glad to welcome for his first update at our Good Morning event, Austintown Local Schools Superintendent David Capizzello.
Good morning and thank you. Thank you to the Regional Chamber for inviting us this morning, and thank you to Chemical Bank of Woodlands at Austintown for sponsoring this great event. We thank you very much. It gives me great pleasure to be here with you this morning, and I want to start by introducing our table that we brought with us today. We have our Austintown Board of Education well represented here. Our board president, Don Sherwood, is out of town on business, but we do have our vice president, Robin Krimpaski, board member, Kathy Mock, board member, Kim Schmreck, and Harold Porter, board member. Also present at our table is our treasurer, Blaise Karlovic, our media specialist, Brittany Morrell, and our high school principal, Tim Kelty. I'm going to talk about greatness for a minute because I truly believe we have to be great. Good is not good enough anymore. And I do believe we are really on our path to being great again. And here's why. Can't be mediocre or good, but what makes a great school district is hard work and determination. A school climate that makes people feel valued, accepted, and safe. We do have a cohesive staff that is dedicated to the profession and are able to differentiate instruction and challenge, modify, and enrich on a daily basis. Great teachers are passionate about their students and will do anything it takes to ensure success. We have those teachers. Our dedicated staff is very proud to share that we attained a B as an overall grade on our last report card. Why is that so important? Well, out of the 54 surrounding schools, only 16 attained a B. We are one of those 16, so we're very proud of that. Also, a lot of people might not realize or get for us being such a big school district is our class size ratio. We try very hard to maintain a ratio of 19-1 through grades K through 3. And as we get older, the ratio only goes to 22 to 1. So we are very cognizant of that ratio, and we try to always do a great job of having that teacher to student ratio be meaningful. Another element that makes our school district great is our community involvement. We take great pride in our veterans and senior citizens. I'm not sure who enjoys those days more, us or them, that we get to spend with them. We have, 2 years ago, we received a Purple Star from the Ohio Department of Education. And we received that Purple Star because of our interaction with our veterans. And not too many people get to receive that as a school district. So that's a great honor that we had to receive 2 years ago, and we maintain that Purple Star as we speak. Great schools also have leaders across the district. We check that box as well. We have all the ingredients it takes to be great, and I'm confident that we will deliver on that continued pledge that we have to you that we will maintain greatness. Our course offerings, every year, we sit down with the high school and they go over what we offer to our kids, what's needed, what's outdated maybe, and what we need. Finance is a great one. We need to get in there and really get into that finance course. That's one that we're looking at adding a very strong one to our high school course. Another one that we're looking at is drones and also sign language. And those are two very hot topics right now around the education area. At the high school, we offer over 20 sports, and we offer over 44 extracurricular activities for people to join. We are a prideful school system which matches our community. This is a great place to live and work, no doubt about it. We have a commitment to our families and to our community to work hard and be great. As we plan to deliver that every day, we continue to say thank you for your support and everything you do for our schools. And we ask that you continue to support us as we go forward. Go Falcons. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent. Those who live, work, or play in Austintown are fortunate to have access to several recreational and memorial parks around the township. So please join me in welcoming Todd Schaefer, Supervisor of the Parks Department, for a look at what's happening within the park system.
Good morning. My name is Todd Schaefer. I am the Austintown Park Supervisor. I have been with Austintown for 21 years, and I want to give you a little update about our park. Austintown Park on Kirk Road has 224 acres of land that is maintained by 3 full-time and 1 part-time employee. We have 3 softball fields and 1 Pony League baseball field, 5 tennis courts, 2 of which were built by the Austintown school system in 2017, so we would very much like to thank them for their donations. We had 6 tennis courts, but we turned 1 tennis court into 4 pickleball courts. For those of you that don't know what pickleball is, it's a shortened version of tennis, of course, because you can fit 4 of those courts on 1 tennis court. It was mainly used by the senior citizens, but I've noticed an awful lot of younger people getting out there and playing last year. And actually, there's going to be tournaments starting out at the park this year, so stop out there and check out a pickleball tournament. We also have a splash pad that we built in 2016. It's a 1/4 acre of splash pad, and over the years, I've noticed the use has gotten so much that I believe in the next year or 2 we are going to be expanding on our splash pad. We have 2 dog parks in Austintown. One is a 1/2 acre for any size dog, and we also have a 1/4 acre dog park for dogs 20 pounds and under. It's free to the public. There are rules posted on the front of the gate, and those are strictly enforced. 2017, we installed a 18-hole disc golf course. Disc golf is played just like regular golf, except with discs or frisbees. Last year, we put in concrete tee pads, and this year, there's already 4 tournaments scheduled at Austintown Park on our disc golf course. We have a 1/2 acre fishing pond that anybody could come out and fish. It is catch and release, so bring your children and your grandchildren out and enjoy the fishing out at the park. In the summer, every Monday We have our farmers market from 5 to 8:30. That usually runs from June through September. And then a special monthly market from October through December. Every Tuesday, we have our concerts in the park from 7 to 8:30 with a variety of different kinds of music, bluegrass, classic music, country, and concert and symphony bands. We have miles and miles of walking trails. Maps are available at the park office. So as you can tell, we have something for everybody, every age group out at the park. I would like to invite everyone to stop out and enjoy our park. And I would like to thank my bosses for their support over the years and for their continued support in the future. And thank you and have a good day.
Thank you, Todd. Our final update of the morning comes from an organization that has been in the township for a decade, serving our seniors with a myriad of fun activities, exercise classes, nutrition, education, and information, and more. Let's welcome the Center's Director, Jim Henshaw, to tell us more about this gym in Austintown. Push that button for the next slide.
I do. Okay. Well, good morning. I'm Jim Henshaw. I'm the director of Austintown Senior Center, where people are getting bolder, not older. And as you'll see as we go through this short presentation, that is true. Before I begin, I'd like to thank the community of Austintown. The measure of a community, the greatness of a community, is measured by how well they take care of their seniors. And back in 2011, this community passed a tax levy through the efforts of the trustees and some other people that started the senior center. As a result of that, we have grown tremendously from about 400 to 500 members in the first couple of years up to over 2,700 registered members now. We opened in October 8th of 2010. We have nearly 100 unique classes we offer there. We have 2,700 registered members. About 500 of them, different ones, use it every month. If all of them showed up one day, I don't know what we'd do. It's the best place for seniors to get to in the Austintown area. We offer things to the people in Austintown because seniors are sometimes ignored. They're old. They need a place to socialize. We're a social club. They come there, they talk, they play cards, they play bingo, they do any of a myriad of things, as you'll see in a moment, that help them socialize and become active participant members of the community. Even though I did say up the corner there, I said, I did think getting older would take a little longer. Some of the things we actually, most places do not. Fencing classes. By the way, coaches, I don't think your coaches are here today. Friday morning, 9 o'clock, come over and watch what happens. Your teams will love, and what they'll do, you'll go undefeated the first year you have fencing classes for your athletes. Skydiving. Mr. Davis can talk about that. He jumped out of an airplane last year with one of our seniors. We have shooting classes, wood carving, ballroom dancing, and our famous winemaking. Our winemakers have done a phenomenal job. They've got tons of awards at the Canfield Fair, and this year they're entering some of their wines in a national winemaking contest. So it's sponsored by Winemaker Magazine, so we're excited about that. Fencing. Who would think a bunch of seniors would like swords? Errol Flynn is alive and well and lives at the senior center. We have a nice group of fencers, and it's excellent exercise. It's one of the best exercises are to maintain balance. That's one of the things that go with seniors is the balance. Skydiving. See that little guy down the corner there? He's sitting right here. He went and jumped out of an airplane last year, and so did our senior. And actually, we have people this year that have been coming to me talking about wanting to do it again this year. Jim, you up for it?
No.
Shooting class. Don't piss off old people. The older we get, the less life in prison means anything. Don't mess with Austintown senior ladies. It's interesting how this started. A number of the ladies would come to us and say, my husband passed away, he had a bunch of guns, what do I do with them? Well, we told them, I said, well, you can try to sell them, take them to the police department, they'll find somebody to get rid of them. And a couple of them said, well, I'd like to learn how to use them. So we started shooting classes. We have a number of them that all we have concealed carry permits now because of that. So don't mess with the Austintown ladies and guys. Winemaking. We need all the preservatives we can get. So we make our own. And they have fun, they do good. This stuff is wonderful. And we have a large number of people who are making it, and it's growing every year. We make basically twice a year in the spring and the fall. The juices come from Chile in the spring, and they come from California in the fall. Community outreach. We have a SOS group, Senior Outreach Services, and what they do is all kinds of stuff. I have a couple here. Well, milk was a wonderful thing. This is called a fidget. You know what a fidget is? It's got a marble in it, it's a maze, and it works with Alzheimer's patients and arthritic patients to help them do it. They just move that marble around in there, it's phenomenal. And then they're making these. These are seatbelt pads for women who have had mastectomies. We also make the cushions for underneath their arms, too. We work with the Joni Abdu Center for making this kind of things. We've made cancer bear for St. Joseph's, the fidgets for the nursing home, Velcro pads for the ladies. And just so you know, we do use cursive as code writing. That's our cancer product. Those are the arm things that go under the arms for mastectomy of women. We made hundreds of those. Morse bags, there's the fidget. There's some of the ladies with the SOS group. They make bookmarks for nursing homes and prisons and people like that. There is one of the symbols of being old is you can laugh, cough, and sneeze and pee all at the same time. We take trips. We have all kinds of exercise classes. And finally, that was it. But one day, all of you will be where I am. And we're ready for you. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim. Well, that concludes our program. Thank you again to Chemical Bank and Woodlands at Austin One for their continued support. Everyone have a great day.